Down to our final couple minutes here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call. Josh Taylor, Andrew Fillipponi. We got time for one more call. We got Fred in North Huntington. Fred, you're on the Nightly Sports Call.
Hey, Fred.
Hi, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Hey, I wanted to talk about Deontay Johnson. I think it's a very crucial year for him. He dropped a lot of footballs last year. I think it really got to his head. And if you remember the year before that, he took a punt return back against Arizona. He shows flashes of being a really good player. But right now, I think for the Steelers to have a really good year, I think they want Claypool and Johnson to be the main two guys out of the four. And I think that this is a big year for him, and I think he needs to perform. What do you guys think?
Thanks for the call. I'll say two things. First of all, I think the Steelers need all those guys to perform. I don't think there is a top two. I think they want Claypool, Juju, Johnson, Washington, whoever it is. I think they want any of those guys to get the ball in their hands. They want them to do their jobs because Matt Canada's offense specifically calls for that. Find the open guy, get him the ball, and get out of his way. That's one thing. The second thing is Deontay Johnson, based on what happened last season, he's a guy who has worked extremely hard to try to fix those mistakes from last season. If I give him any credit for anything else, is that he's working really hard. Not that we want to belabor the effort conversation we had in the previous segment, but he is a guy who's working to at least fix his mistakes. I'll say that much, Pony.
Yeah, I think it could be a good thing or a bad thing for the Steelers this year, depending on if they're winning or losing games and scoring points, because on one hand, you could say they've got an embarrassment of riches. You're game planning the Steelers. You really don't know who to stop if you're a defensive coordinator. Like if you're Buffalo and you're talking about the passing game, is it Claypool? Is it Juju? Is it Deontay Johnson? I'm sure even if you went into the Steelers' offices, you could ask 5 different coaches and you might get 5 different answers. I do think, me personally, I think Roethlisberger still believes that Juju is his best receiver. Now, I don't share that opinion. I think it's going to be interesting, though, and this gets to maybe the negative side of this. If Juju is not getting his numbers in a contract year after he swallowed his pride and came back here, Josh, he's not Antonio Brown. He's not Martavis Bryant. But we know the way wide receivers are wired. They need their numbers. I just think that's going to be a very difficult situation because I'm with the caller. I think it's very possible that given all their weapons and the emphasis on the run game, that Juju might get buried here. And he might have come back here thinking one thing, and when it's all said and done, 7 or 8 weeks into the season, he might be their 3rd or 4th target. And I'm not sure that's going to sit well with him.
Yeah, if there's anything I actually do anticipate, and I'm glad you brought this up, I don't know who the top receiver on this team is going to be. It may seriously come down to who teams game plan for, who they want to take out, and if they decide to take one guy out of the game, the next guy might step up and beat them. That might be an interesting situation. It could be where Najee Harris becomes one of their leading receivers on the field in a particular game.
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
It happens more than once, but that's the thing I love about this offense is the fact that you don't know who the guy is going to beat you is from week in and week out, and that mystery alone makes it intriguing for me. We are out of time. For Andrew Fillipponi, for our producer, Steve Banko, also our other producer. Wow, I forgot your name already. That's a shame. Anyway, Hannah, thank you. Our producer, Hannah, and our team at Pittsburgh CW. I'm Josh Taylor. Good night.